The heavyweight division has always been full of drama, inside and outside the octagon. Regardless of who is fighting, it seems fans, both hardcore and casuals, flock to watch the big boys battle it out. Derrick Lewis versus Ciryl Gane will be no different, but there's something different about this matchup. There's an interim championship up for grabs. Francis Ngannou just won the title back in March 2021 when he rematched Stipe Miocic. Francis took the title back to his motherland of Cameroon to prove to his people that anything is possible. No matter who you are or where you're from, you can make your dreams come true. Upon his return to the United States, the UFC were adamant about making Francis's next title fight happen in August. Francis, however, said he won't be able to fight until September. I guess on paper, it's pretty simple from the UFC's perspective. Francis, you can't fight until August? Well, we'll just go ahead and create an interim championship fight for your title. Just let us know whenever you're ready. But is it that simple? Let me break it down on how I see it. Before we go any further, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want more videos like this, let us know down in the comments below. Francis has come out and said to the UFC that he wanted to fight in September. No earlier, no later. He wants to fight in September. The UFC, however, is a big corporation. Now that especially now it's public. It's under the Endeavor ticker on the stock market. They have a lot of obligations to fulfill. They have to take into account more than just what the fighters want and needs and schedules are. And I think this is another case that has come up for the UFC. Francis Ngannou wants to fight in September. They have an obligation to the Toyota Center after signing this multi-year deal to hold an event there. And now from the perspective of somebody that is working at the Houston Toyota Center, who do you want showcased at that card? You obviously want a hometown person. Now, that is good for the hometown crowd to get more amped up. That's to bring in more tickets. It's a feel-good thing to always have somebody of your own, to have your own from your own hometown to fight in front of you, especially for a title, which is what they were trying to make. They were trying to make that fight for a long time. Derrick Lewis versus Francis Ngannou for the title. Now, what's the best next thing when it comes to having a title fight? It's an interim title fight. And that's what the UFC did. I think it's that simple. I think it's very black and white for me. The UFC needed a main event in Houston. They wanted somebody from Houston headlining that card. They know Derrick Lewis is huge in Houston. Why not make him a main event? Now, to make him a main event and fight somebody else like Ciryl Gane is good enough, I believe. But when you have a pay-per-view, it usually is headlined by a title. And if Francis Ngannou does not want to fight until September, and he doesn't want to fight in August, you create an interim title shot. Now, Derrick Lewis or Ciryl Gane can win the title in August, and they probably won't fight Francis Ngannou. Maybe at the end of the year, maybe a little bit later. So in the meantime, why not take advantage of that time? Why not create two titles? Create more appeal. Create more attention. This is for the heavyweight championship. The last time that I remember the interim title was Brock Lesnar. That's the one I remember. I believe there was another one after that. But the appeal, the commotion around that fight was huge. Even though it was an interim fight, it was these two guys that are two champions that are coming and clashing together. Now, who really loses in this situation? I feel the UFC comes off looking bad, especially after what Dana White says. However, they don't lose. They never lose. I think this is going to be a little bit of a blip in the heavyweight division. We'll remember when the Ciryl Gane and Derrick Lewis fight was scheduled for the interim title. But I think this also is not a good direction that the UFC is going with the Francis Ngannou relationship. Francis Ngannou is probably or likely to be a champion for at least another year. There's a chance that he could be a champion for even longer. And to have this situation, especially out in public, I don't think it's the best look. Now, winners of this situation, Derrick and Ciryl Gane, 100%. You go in there, you're fighting for a title. You're going to have to renegotiate your contracts before and after, I believe. I'm not sure before, but after for sure. You make more money, you get pay-per-view points. You're a bigger star. Ciryl Gane and Derrick Lewis have no problems with this. And if they have problems with this, please come speak to us. Because you should not have a problem with this. You stay at the sidelines, you train your ass off, and you win the fight. Francis Ngannou is not going anywhere. And I feel his management team kind of slipped up as well. You're never going to win against the UFC. If you wanted to talk about the bad dealings and all that kind of stuff, keep it behind closed doors. And when you're done your career, maybe you can have a tell-all story and tell the whole world. But for now, it's not worth it. It's very simple to me, this entire thing. Let's get it over with. Let's have a number one contender, aka the interim champion, and we'll see Francis Ngannou face them. Probably at the end of this year, maybe next year, now that I think about it. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want more, let us know down in the comments below. Was making the interim championship a bad move, or does it just make sense? Was the UFC right in doing it? And what the hell was Dana White talking about in those comments?